All right, finally, technical difficulties out here today in Cyberland. Welcome, everybody. This is Dr. Andrea Christian Parks, and I am here with you all to end our hydration challenge. We've been doing this for the past 14 days. For those of you who were part of it, thank you. It's been so much fun. We've been together in our little private group, supporting each other, encouraging each other, drinking lots of fluid, taking care of ourselves. And this is all on the back of, I did a whole series on self-care, and that was great. We had a good time talking about what self-care really is and how to incorporate it in these busy, crazy lives we have. And I have to say, hydration is part of that taking care. We have to take care of ourselves. You can't run like a machine. We're not machines. Sometimes we think we're machines. We treat ourselves like we're machines. And when stuff starts breaking down, we think about ourselves like we do about our car. Like we take the car to the mechanic and say, fix it. Come on, what's the problem? And we just don't work like that. As a physician, I can attest. I can't just take out a part, put in a new one, and then all good. We just keep running for another 30,000 miles. It just does not work that way. I will say this, having done the hydration challenge with you every step of the way, it has been fun for me. Actually, it's been really good for me because although I'm good about not drinking sugary, junky, or running myself super dry, I haven't been very intentional about doing a lot of hydration. And so this couple of weeks I've actually felt good. It's been a good feeling to think about just picking up my bottle of water, intentionally planning out, I'm going to take this with me, take that with me. I'm going to make sure I get this much fluid in during the day before I start, doing other things or having food or whatever, so that I can make sure to get my hydration in. And it's been a heavy, rough couple of weeks at the hospital. And I'm telling you, that hydration has helped. It has not been exhaustion plus dehydration. The two together are pretty bad. Like Valerie, you know what I'm talking about. You get dry and you're exhausted. This recipe for disaster, ready to fight somebody. it's rough. But anyway, I have done it. I am going to continue it. Continue focusing on, Nancy, yes, you know what I'm talking about, those dry ORs. It's easy to get completely dried out. It really is. And taking that moment to, even if it's a super, okay, I'm gonna just chug a lug a bunch of water in between cases, or, you just finished the delivery. Okay, I got to run off to the next thing. But on my way, I'm going to drink a bottle of water. I'm even going to, step into a little room, take my mask off, get that water in, and then keep it moving. I'm telling you, it is an effort, but it's a good one. It's a good one. And I'm glad you all are here. If you're here watching, thank you for commenting. Please feel free to comment. I want to talk to you. Join me, say things. I'd love to have the back and forth. But I'm here today because I wanted to wrap up our hydration challenge. It has been a great 2 weeks. It has been a lot of fun. And I want to announce who actually won this beautiful Swell bottle. It was close. I have to say it was close, but I'll get to that in a minute. Oh, sorry for y'all Insta folks on this side. Okay. So what I wanted to talk about though was wrapping up the hydration challenge and what's coming next. So this was a fun, Facebook group, social media challenge kind of thing, but I want to talk about what else is coming. I am, and those of you who've been following me y'all know I've been working on, I've been teaching weight loss mindset, coaching techniques, all kinds of things to change the mind around weight loss. Because, and yes, Valerie, you've been in there and I've seen you putting in the work. You have been, and I love it. And so thank you. Thank you so much for participating. It's been a joy having you around. It really has been. And Nancy, yes, yes. Let's keep it going. And when I see you at the hospital, I'm going to ask you, what's going on? Are you drinking? Did you get some water in? What's going on? So, I've been teaching on weight loss for a long time. And for those of you who don't know the whole story, I think if you're watching my post, you've seen some of my before and after pictures. You know that I was about 60 pounds heavier 15 years ago. I had my first child, who is now 15 and a half. I had her and was pretty much the same weight I was when I got pregnant, which was a lot heavier than now. And, I had weighed that for a long time. And at that time in my life, new baby, crazy job, crazy work, schedules, call, surgery, all that stuff. It was just, I'd had enough. I'd had enough of walking around in a body that I did not feel good in. And I'm all for, if you're comfortable in your body at whatever size you are, I'm all about that. Body positivity. Amen. But a lot of us accept less than what we actually want and call it body positivity. That's not what I'm talking about. I don't, like, if you're Lizzo and you can rock it and you feel good, go for yours. But for those of us who are not happy, not comfortable, don't want to continue in the body that we're in and want to change it, then why don't we? And that's the question. That's the problem. That's what happens when you think that the solution is find the right diet. I remember doing a consult with someone one time who just wanted me to create a meal plan for them that would work for weight loss, that they just hadn't found the right program yet, that they just hadn't tweaked the diet enough to make it work for them. And here's the thing. You're not going to like this. I'm going to say it though. It's not your diet. Here's how you know. If the solution to being overweight or obese was a diet, there are 1,000 diets out there on the internet. If this were a knowledge issue, you would have Googled all the diets, tried them out, and found the one that worked for you. Here's the thing. It's not that. And here's how I know that you know, because you know the same thing I do in this area. You've done diets, you've lost the weight, and then you've gained it right back. Or you lost part of your weight and it came right back. The problem isn't the diet. The diet works just fine. The diet, if you do enough of them, all of them will work for somebody. That's why they got created. It worked for somebody and they've now offered it out to the world. The problem is not the diet. The problem is, and we all get into this. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you. I know that warms my heart because we all tried, diet after diet after diet after program after supplement after trainer after whatever. We've done all the things and then it doesn't work. And for you to say that my work with you has been the thing that helped you. Thank you. Thank you, Nancy. I want to say this. The problem's not the diet, and it's not the diet because when you do the diet, it works. And then when you get loose with it or you drop it and go, okay, I've gotten to my goal, then the weight comes right back. The diet wasn't the problem. The problem is that what you do after the diet or in the middle of the diet is the problem. And let me say this. I don't prescribe diets. I do not prescribe diets. I don't sit down with my clients and go, okay, you're going to do keto because that's what's going to work for you best in your biological, biochemical situation. Or you're going to be plant-based because that will work best for you. I don't do that. I have never prescribed a diet to not one of my clients. Every single one of them has done something different and every single one of them has been successful. So let me just say, The diet is not the focus. The question is, why don't you do what you know you need to do to be successful? If the diet works, why don't you work the diet? Mostly because that's not how you want to live. What you want is to eat whatever you want to eat and lose the weight. The problem is the way you got where you are is by eating whatever you wanted to eat. Now, I'm not talking about restriction. I'm not talking about deprivation. I'm not talking about I can never have carbs again. I'm not talking about any of that. None of that. If you're reading my post, you know I just wrote a post a couple weeks ago about weight loss on wings and pizza. I wrote a post about weight loss on fast food because I had a client who came to me and she said, I am not cooking. I go to Chick-fil-A multiple times a week and I'm not interested in not doing any of that stuff anymore, ever. I'm willing to learn and grow, but I'm those things, that's how I live. And I said, not a problem. And she lost her weight too. So it's not the wings, the pizza, it's not carbs, it's not any of that. It's that you know a lot. Now, you may not know everything you need to know. There are things. That's why I coach, because I teach and I help people see, the right path forward to get the things done that they want to get done with their weight loss. But it's not having all the information that's the problem. In the long run, when you know what to do, you should be hungry, you should not overeat, don't stuff yourself. You can't just snack all day and then eat all into the night and have ice cream in front of the TV. And like, there's stuff, like that's just, that's not going to work. It hadn't worked yet. It's not going to work now that I'm going to do that. And that's what causes weight gain. And then I'm going to do it now and it's going to cause weight loss. Clearly, like there's stuff, it's just not going to work. But the real question is, as you're reaching for the bag of chips to go sit on the couch and binge Netflix and eat the whole bag of chips, and before you look up, the bag is gone. And as you're doing it, like this is a bad idea. Why do you do it? Why? See, the thing is this. If you know what you're not supposed to do and you do it, what's in the way? There's something blocking. That's the work that I do with my clients. And I just want to tell you, if you've tried a bunch of diets, you've tried, supplements and trainers, and you think you're doing everything you can and it's not working, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. There's some programming internally in our brains that helps us to do things that really aren't working for us. So having said that, that's part of what's coming next. I am going to be sending out some stuff through social media, through my list of my folks who are on my email list. And I wanted to tell you about it because if you're not on my email list, if you want to be getting information about the stuff I'm doing, I want you to go ahead and go to ajourneytowholeness.com. So those of you who are watching through Facebook, you're watching through that page, go to ajourneytowholeness.com. And when the little pop-up box comes up, and I promise you're not going to get a bunch of spam, you're not going to get a bunch of junk, it just emails from me and about stuff I'm doing. Go ahead and sign up. Get on the list. Get on the list. So I will be putting things out, on these different outlets, but I want you to make sure you get, what you're looking for by getting on my email list. Okay. So what's coming up? The next thing that's coming up is a webinar. I'm going to do a webinar focused specifically on essentials for weight loss. The webinar actually is called Weight Loss Without Willpower. Because that's the other thing we think. If I was just strong enough, if I would just, do the willpower, get my act together, kick my butt in gear, get like that sort of thing, then I would do it. I'd get it all right. And I just don't have enough willpower. I just can't do it. I need more strength. I need more help. I need more support. I need more accountability, all that. And yes and no. All of that is helpful, but there's more to it. There's more to it. So my webinar is actually coming called Weight Loss Without Willpower, and we are not going to talk about ratcheting yourself into a diet. That is not what we're going to do. I'm going to get into some of the essentials for permanent weight loss. I want you to join me. I want you to tell people. I want you to share, invite folks. I want everybody to come. Let's help each other out. And I will be teaching and training and trying to get everybody what they need to get moving. Now, what's going to come in that webinar? Let me make sure that everybody knows, okay? Because what's coming in the webinar at the end, and you don't have to stay, you don't have to get any of that, totally fine. Come get your info and bounce if you're happy at that point. But at the end of the webinar, I am going to be announcing my course. Finally, I'm going to be launching my course, an opportunity for a small group of women to work together with me on their personal permanent weight loss journey. So for those of you who are interested in that small group, and like I said, small, I can't take a lot, you got to work intimately here, then I'm going to offer the opportunity to do that work with me. I'm going to make sure that you have access to the work, even if you work some crazy, ridiculous schedule, call, nights, weekends, holiday, you work all the things, you work 80 hours a week as an attorney, you do, whatever it is you do that is crazy, you'll have access to all the information in this course. But also we'll have opportunities to work live, in person, that sort of stuff too. And that's where we get, we'll have virtual support, but also in-person support. So I just want to make sure that you all know about that. All right. Now, what about this bottle? Who won it? Listen, it was so much fun. And there were so many people who posted and commented and put pictures and all that. It was great. It was wonderful. But there was one standout who was by a little bit, because a lot of you were in there, by a little bit actually had just that, a few more comments and posts and all of the things. So having said that, I would like to announce that the winner of this lovely bottle, heat and cold, beautiful, I don't know if you can even see this gorgeous marbleization. Anyway, I loved it. And I love white summer. So anyway, the winner of this beautiful bottle is Laura Arthur. So I will be sending this to you, Laura. It's for you. Good job. And thank you, Nancy, Agatha. There's so many of you guys, Valerie, who posted, who were involved, who were engaged. And I'm just, thank you. It was so much fun because of you. So I just want everybody to know of what's coming, what we're going to be doing together. And I want you all to keep an eye out for that invitation for you to join for the webinar date. I do want to know, if you have an opinion right now, I want you to make a comment, because I'm taking a poll. Okay. If you would like to do the webinar, so I'm trying to make sure that it's convenient for as many people as possible. If you want to do the webinar during the daytime, like 1 p.m. Eastern. Hey, Aileen. All right. You're doing. I'm so glad you're here. I'm sorry, the poll. What I need to know for the webinar, Aileen, I'm getting ready to do a webinar on weight loss without willpower. So I want to see you there too. If you want to make sure you get the information on the webinar, anything I'm coming up, I want you to make sure you get on the ajourneytowholeness.com sign up, click, put your email so that you don't miss anything. But back to the poll. Would you like to be having a webinar in the middle of the day, like 1 p.m. Eastern, or would you rather it be in the evening, like 6 or 7 p.m. Eastern? What works better for you? Because if it's interesting when you start kind of looking out for where most webinars are post, like what time they're happening. There's a big bunch of them that happen in the middle of the day, and then there's a big bunch of them that happen in the evening. And my instinct says for those of us who work, crazy long days, crazy shifts, that maybe an evening webinar would be better. And if you're a work at night person, the middle of the day, you might be asleep. I don't know. So if you have an opinion, say something, let me know. Of course, you're welcome to post if you see this live on a replay, if you're watching it, okay, thank you, Aileen. Nancy, would it be weekend or weekday? I would probably do it weekday. Maybe a Thursday night, I think, is probably best. And Valerie, I get what you're saying. I'm going to think about that. Yeah, I get it for those of us that are working at night. And evening, okay, I see you over there for Weekend Beauty on Insta. I see you. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Yes, and Valerie, you're right. If you catch it on a replay, there's the only problem is there's going to be a special bonus for a little something extra for people who are there live. But you're right. You could still get through on a replay. Absolutely, you could get access that way. So, okay. I've announced about the bottle. We're done officially today with the hydration challenge, but keep going. I'm definitely going to. And don't forget, make sure you're on my email list so that we can stay in contact. So you get all my email announcements so that, when we're posting wherever, that you get to sign up and get yourself on the listserv. We want to make sure that you get to be at the, I got another evenings, that you get to be at the webinar. I may have to do 2. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to start with 1. Let's get it scheduled. All right. I love you too, Valerie. You're awesome. I will see you guys next time. Thank you for joining me for the hydration challenge. And I can't wait to see you for the webinar. I'll see you soon. I'll be talking about it. I promise. Bye.